Hi there, welcome to the Barbara Young channel, welcome to my Friday Sews. As I normally do, I'd just like to start by saying thank you to Jen from Today and Jen Sewing for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. That little hashtag, that if you click on it or you put it in the search, then you'll get all the other people that do the Friday Sews. But of course, start with mine. And this week I've got, well, a couple of makes and a bit of post. So let's start with a make. So this week I've made a skirt. Now the pattern that I've used to make this skirt is actually a dress pattern. It's the Butterick B6760, that one. Now I have made this pattern before and I've made the dress version, which is view A that the model's wearing there. And it's a little bit of a, I don't know, slightly odd pattern, but I decided that the skirt section for this was really nice and I like the way the pockets were, so I thought I'll try and make just the skirt section, which of course had its own little interest in itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the dress to show you first of what this pattern actually is, and then I'll show you what the skirt is that it looks like that I've made from this pattern. So let's have a look at that. And here is the pattern. This is the dress. This is the one I made quite a while ago actually now. Yeah, but it's a nice dress. It's a nice pattern. Got nice pockets in it, and basically you've got this top section that attaches just at the front, and then you've got this open back bit. Yeah, I've got a little cami vest on underneath, and then it just wraps round and ties at the front. Now this skirt is a little bit loose, but obviously it stays up because it is attached to this top section, which is perfectly fine. So I'm happy with that, but I did decide that this top section could easily be removed and the skirt could be made on its own as a separate item. So that is what I've done. And here we are, one skirt later. Yeah, so obviously I've just removed the top section, not made that at all, and just made the skirt section. Well, almost. There have been a couple of things I've had to think about. Main thing is that the main skirt, the main dress, doesn't have a waistband. It has a facing piece, and that facing piece is attached and then turned down. Whereas to me, I wanted a proper waistband on this. So I've had to basically make myself a waistband for this. And I think it seems to come out quite well. The problem with that is the sizing of the skirt, because the waistband will sit differently because it sits on top of where the skirt would be. I've had to think very carefully about getting the sizing right. I did do a couple of mock-ups to start off with, just to try it out, and I decided that size 12 for this pattern worked fine for me for making this skirt and creating this waistband to go on the top here. And yeah, it seems to come out quite well. Got these nice pockets again. This got this curvature here, and the pockets that it sits in. So I do like that. I mean, it's almost like it's a slightly maybe jeans type pocket. I'm not sure what that type of pocket is called, but I do like it. I didn't do any understitching, I just forgot about it. I know I should have done, I was meant to have, on this curvature, just stop it from rolling out. That's my own fault for not paying attention, just wanting to get it done. I was paying more attention to the waistband and getting that right, so it would sit on me nicely on my natural waist. This shirt I've got tucked in, just so you can see the top of the skirt and that. Now the other thing with it is the zip. Now the zip went in okay, but because I had to move the zip up slightly, and I didn't really have the zip I wanted. Really, I wanted to use an invisible zip, and all I had that was the right size, or felt was going to be the right size, was a metal zip, and that metal zip is brilliant, but it's not gone in quite how I wanted it to. So just come a little closer to be able to see that. But obviously it gapes a little bit, the fabric, and I didn't really want that, but that's how it's turned out. But it is in there, and it's made it fit nice and neatly. So yeah, all in all, it's come out really nicely, and I do like it, and it sits really nicely as well. It's got a nice sort of, it's a little bit of weight to it, but it does sort of drop and drape a little bit. Now the fabrics that I use for this, both of the fabrics, because there is a lining, are actually from the swaps table, from the sewing social that I went to, from the Shropshire Sews sewing social that I went to recently. So I found this, which I just thought was brilliant. I really like it. It's got a hint of blue in there, sort of bluey grey with flecks of white in there. So that's a really nice material. And then the lining is this stuff. I'm going to come closer so I can show you a bit better. There, look at that, really funky stuff. I really like that, sort of a cream and black colour. And okay, you think it doesn't quite go with this, but it's only going to be seen by me. It's just there to make it more wearable. Even though I think this material is probably a mix. It's a poly cotton, maybe it might be a polylinen, Let me start that again. It might be a poly cotton or maybe a poly linen or some other mix. I'll have to get some new teeth someday, I think, but never mind. But yeah, it's come out quite nice. So, you know, there again, you can see this sort of grey and blue. And oh, yeah, I can't describe what the pattern is like, but it is really nice. And I do like it. It's really immensely nice. And it sits, like I say, it's a little bit of swish to it. It sits really nicely on me. I've got that waistband worked out, and it's now sits right nice and comfortable on my waist. Of course, sometimes if I have a bit of a tummy, as it were, then obviously this won't fit quite so well because this does fit just snugly. But yeah, there we go. One nice skirt. That's a pattern hack, as it were, from the Butterick B6760 dress pattern. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. Let me just take this shirt out so you can show you what it's like with the shirt out. See, there we go. See, now that's really nice, isn't it? But the pockets are still going to be easy enough to put my hands in or put other stuff in, you know, like used tissues or something. There we go. So the next thing I want to show that I've made this week is this kneeling cushion. I made myself another kneeling cushion. This one's going to be great for indoors. So as you can see, a really easy, versatile little thing. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I have actually made another video of me making this actual kneeling cushion. So that hopefully will be up next week for you. And I'll be going through how I put this together. But yeah, look at that. Nice heavyweight material and some nice material on the top. Even got itself a handle. So that's a brilliant sort of cushion for kneeling on when you've got to do things. You know, want to save your knees, you know, having to do some pattern pieces or some material you've got to lay out. And like most of us, I think we don't have a big room, so we tend to find ourselves on the floor doing stuff. So there we go. So nice kneeling cushion to help my knees. Yeah, and it's a really nice comfortable one, really lovely, with some lovely material that was given to me or thrifted. So there we go. Like I say, I've even given it a handle so I can hang it up out of the way. There we go. So the other thing I want to share with you is actually some post. I've actually received something in the post, which is this. And you can see this nice big parcel. Now, this is from my very good friend Anna, who does have her own YouTube channel. I know she hasn't posted for a while, but she does have a YouTube channel. It's called You've Got Me in Stitches. And she does also have her own website where you can buy things, materials and, you know, fabrics and patterns and other things. And that's called Pattern Pouch Nest. I will put links in there in the description so you can go and have a look at that. But for now, I want to get this parcel open to see what I've been sent. I'm quite nervous about opening it and very excited because I didn't know I was getting this. So this is a complete surprise to me. As you can see, it's not opened at all. I haven't got any idea what's in here. So this is going to be as much a surprise to me as it is for you. So let's get and open it up and have a look inside. So I've got my scissors. Don't worry, they're the not the best. And just for cutting things up, get that open. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about all the noise, it will be a bit noisy. I shall dispense of the green bag, and then I've got brown wrapping paper, as it were. So yeah, let's see if I can get this open without, again, making too much noise. Oh, that's come off quite well. I'm glad that's come off fairly easy. Remove that. And get that bit off. All of the tape off. And now I can actually have a look at what's inside. And it is it's wrapped up even more in some more very lovely wrapping paper. So this is definitely a sort of mystery surprise, this one. Let's have a look. And it's I like the wrapping paper. It's got like flowers in a watering can. So to say, this is a complete surprise to me. I've no idea. I'm gonna have to tear this, I think, to get into here. So I have. Well, this is a bit different. First of all, I've got some Venco Mouton Drop. Look at that. That's like I presume like a licorice type thing. I wonder if this is something she's got when she's bin places, because I don't think it seems to be in English. But anyway, yeah, very nice. That's definitely licorice drops. I do like licorice. It is a lovely thing, licorice. Then I have oh wow, you look at that. I've got a book. It's called Cat Lady, A Woman Always Lands on Her Feet by Dawn O. Porter. There we go. Fantastic. I do like reading. I don't read enough. I like to read more. I'm trying to get back into reading more. So yeah, that is fantastic. A book to have a read at, probably in the evenings. So that's item 2. Then I've got a couple of things here that are still wrapped up. So I'm going to look at them in a moment. Let's have a look at the other things that are in here. I've got some patterns. Look at this. I've got the Simply So Juliet, and it's like well, it's a top, but might have a tie with it. So there we go. Look at that. The Juliet top. I like that. That's great. I like those ones that are sort of slightly loose fitting, but then have that tie on it to give that slightly nipped in waist. That's brilliant. So I've got a pattern, and here's another pattern, which is the Graco makes Crosstown Crescent bag. Ooh, a bag. Now I'm one for a bag, aren't I? I do like bags, and this is a Love Sewing Indie Designers. So anyway. Oh, that's it. That's the pattern. That's the crossbody bag, which I do a sort of probably a smaller version of that, don't I? In its own form, which I've got up there. Yeah, that'll be brilliant. I'll love doing that. I think crossbody bag. See how that works. see how they do it, see how somebody else makes that crossbody bag, because I just love the way that you've got these stylings and the shaping on that type of bag. So that's brilliant. That's a second pattern. And then I've got a third pattern, which is the by Hubbarding, is it? And it's the Courtney dress, which is a really nice sort of loose summery dress. And I imagine you can probably shorten or lengthen that dress because it's nice and floating. We'll work with quite a lightweight material. So that's brilliant. That's 3 patterns. Wow. And I didn't ask, she's just sent it to me. So that is brilliant. That's really lovely. So I've looked at 3 patterns, book and Licorice, and then I've still got 2 more things here. So first of all, I've got right, I'm intrigued by that one. I can go with that last in a moment. So I've got this little parcel. So here we go. So again, I'm just going to have to tear this open. And it is, oh, will you look at that? It's like a little purse bag, isn't it? But it's got putty cats on it. Wow, that is fantastic. I do like that. And on the inside, it's like plain, but there's a lot of it's been done like the quilting where you stitch over it and that. But yeah, but I do like that. That's one side. But I like the fact that the cat, especially that one cat, sitting there in the middle of that picture, just staring away. That is brilliant. That is so nice. And it feels so nice. It's so lovely, isn't it? And it's padded in that, and it's got it's a nice size. You can get your hand in there and get stuff put in, and it can also be worn. I imagine you've got these little clips on the side here, so you could put a strap on there. You can find some little clips that will go onto that. That's fantastic. I like that. That's really nice. So brilliant. Very well made. And I know that Anna would have made this herself. So it's a definitely a handmade item. That absolutely brilliant. And of course, there's one item that's left now in this little green bag. And I've got a little smiley faces on the front here. So yeah, okay, let's get them scissors again so we can get this open. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, what we've got is lard. There's a little story to this. Anna did say not too long ago that she was going to make some lard. It's going everywhere. Some lard balls for the birds. So you put seeds in that with it, and you sort of heat this up, and then you make the balls, and then you hang them out for the birds to feed on, and they sort of supposedly will like that, you know. But I get the feeling that when she went and got the lard and made it, she obviously got a lot of lard, probably a lot more lard than she really needed. So she sent it to me. She sent the extra lard to me, so that I suppose so I can have a go at myself and make my own seed balls. Well, that's a great way of feeding the birds. You know, they do say, I mean, if you watch the programmes and you watch those ones about the wildlife, and it says about making sure the birds get fed well, whether it be the summertime or in the winter time or whenever, you can make your own lard balls with seeds in for feeding the birds. So that's a great way and a great activity to do, and a great thing to make. But yeah, so she sent me lard. Oh, that's brilliant. That's just so brilliant. That's made me smile so much. That is just brilliant. So what have I got? Besides the lard, let's put that there. We've got the amazing purse that I know Anna would have made herself. We've got some licorice. So I've got something to nibble on. That's brilliant. I've got 3 patterns, a dress, a bag and a top, and I've also got a book, so I've got something to read while I'm making me lard balls and eating my licorice. So yeah, brilliant. Oh, that is so nice. That's so brilliant. So there you go. Surprise presents. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant, isn't it, to get something to have a surprise. And I mean, if there's someone that you know that you haven't spoken to for a while, or you haven't seen, or you haven't heard from them, just send them a message, give them a phone call, or send them a little present, you know, just to say hi and hello, how are you? That's so wonderful. So thank you very much, Anna. It's very nice of you to send me those things. It's so kind. So especially the lard. So there we go. That is my happy mailbag from my friend Anna. So there you go. That was my week. I say 2 makes done. 1 skirt and a kneeling cushion. So there we go. I did manage to, I say, film that, and that will be out next week. And of course, some happy mail. And that really has made me smile. That is so different. I just wasn't expecting it. So yeah, brilliant. There we go. That's a surprising week, and I suppose productive as well, because obviously the skirt was a bit of a hack, so I've had to do some work and a bit of thought about that. The cushion is very simple, but obviously it's just my own design. So there we go. Been doing a bit of thinking, haven't I? Maybe a bit too much. It's not good to think all the time, but never mind. Yeah, there we go. So that was my week. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Just click the button. Do subscribe if you wish to. It all helps my channel. And if you click that little bell icon, you'll get a notification of when my videos come out. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's always nice to hear what you're thinking and what you're up to. And if you wish to talk with each other amongst yourselves within the comments, please do, because that's why we come here, isn't it? To make those connections. So I think it's just left for me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Bye.